Hey guys, what's going on? It's Snake here as always, and today marks my first month living in Chiang Mai. So I thought I'd make a special video for all of you, summarizing basically the pros and cons, and I'll tell you right now, there is really not that many cons of coming out here and living in Chiang Mai, specifically for the purpose of either starting or building your own online business, whether it be copywriting, online sales, marketing, Amazon, whatever. So to get into this, the number one, which a lot of other people have covered, is the cost. I'm actually in the process of making a really detailed video about what it costs for me personally to live in Chiang Mai and kind of my day-to-day. But I'll give you a quick summary. So my friend Ryan and I, who I've done a recent video about copywriting about with, we have a two-bedroom condo, which we pay about 900 USD, so that's 450 bucks each. Gym membership is about $30 per month. Anywhere between our daily expenses is anywhere between 10 to 20 USD dollars per day. That includes food, entertainment, gas for a scooter. I actually bought my own scooter. It cost me about 350 USD. And I don't think there's any, and then maybe like another, throw in another, let's say $40 USD per week just for entertaining. So although you can survive on $1,000, you're not gonna be living a really comfy, happy life. Unless you're completely comfortable living within your own means, you can get a small one-bedroom, eat in the cheapest places. And with that said, just because they're the cheapest doesn't mean that the food quality is awful. For the price of a McDonald's meal in America, you could probably get an awesome feast here at a local joint where you can get some pad thai and maybe a beer or two or a smoothie if you'd like. So the cost of specifically food and eating out is awesome here. But what I really want to talk about is not the food and all the entertainment that you can do, but more so the entrepreneurial side of it. So the one thing that I've found that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about is the pace of life here. And what I mean by that is I'm from Toronto, Canada originally, and I live downtown, and there the pace of life is really fast, meaning that people are up early in the morning. U of T campus, it's buzzing with a bunch of kids running to class, and everyone's always onto something, and every day there's like extracurriculars. There's always something going on. Bay Street or like the downtown Dundas Square is just always crazy, right? From day to night, Yonge Street never sleeps. Whereas here, it's more likely, even right now, it's about 5:30 p.m., 6 p.m. The day's winding down, and throughout the week, Monday to Friday, only a few spots that are known as like the night spots where you can go grab a beer like a bar. Everything kind of really winds down, and I think the community, especially the digital nomad and the digital entrepreneur community here, is really big on that. Where I almost by default fell into this, wake up early, hit the gym, go to Punt Space, which is behind me. That's where I'm filming right now. Go to Punt Space, work all day, take a couple of breaks for lunches, whatever. Call it around sunset and maybe have some relaxing activities where I would either journal, read, maybe watch a movie with Ryan or some friends, maybe play a little bit of video games. I don't think those are ever going to go away. But yeah, bottom line is like there is this routine that this like community-wide routine that you kind of just fall into, and I'm really not against it. It's a really good thing because in Toronto I was very disorganized, whereas here I really enjoy the slower pace of life where there isn't, because it's a smaller city, there isn't like this hustle and bustle that's always happening. It's more just kind of get down to work, like get stuff out of the way so that you can productively get in there and just get work done. Everything's more or less streamlined. And speaking of community, that's actually the third thing I want to talk about, is I love the community here. Everyone's super cool. Everyone kind of has their own like little hustle or grind. I've been told before that when I come here, I will meet quite a few people that are still figuring it out. And I really can't say that I have seen that much here yet. It's now October, just the beginning of October. I came here around September 3rd, I believe, or 4th, and now it's I think October 2nd or 3rd. And the busy season actually starts around November. That's when a lot of digital nomads flock in here, and maybe by then something will change. But as of right now, while it's still kind of like the low season, more or less, I'm really not noticing a lot of people just out there, I'm trying to figure myself out. Or I'm trying to see what's happening. That's more for like the backpacker scene, which is, you know, more in the old city, a bit away from us. Those are like kind of the guys and gals that travel around and, you know, experience different cultures and foods, and they're more for the entertainment and, you know, experience of life of it all. Whereas the people that are on the nimman side, the area is called nimman, and especially people that are working in pun space, everyone's got their own thing that they're working towards, that they're making money off of, that they're building, and I love that. And the biggest reason I think that I've come to a realization that I love it is because right now I have launched my second product successfully, and you know, I have two successful products in Amazon that I'm working on, that are making me money. The copy, the photos, the titles, the PPC has all been done, and now I started working my own Shopify store, and I've actually met some really cool guys. Felipe, shout out, from Canada, fellow Canadian, actually lived in Toronto, just down the street from me for a while. He is actually a successful Shopifyer, and he's got two Shopify stores that you know, he drop ships from. So if I have any questions, or, you know, I'm a little intimidated by Shopify, I can sit down with him and he can break down the whole game for me. Whereas vice versa, you know, if he wants to get into Amazon FBA, I can give him all my tips and tricks, and, you know, all my knowledge just kind of laid out in front of him. So it's almost like a quid pro quo of skills and talents here. You know, if I need a copywriter, you know, I can find a copywriter here, no problem. If I need a digital marketer, or somebody who knows SEO, somebody who knows, you know, Facebook ads, or, you know, Google AdWords ads, and how to monetize that better, I'll have no problem finding somebody here. In fact, it's not only Space, but there's a lot of meetups around the city, whether on Wednesdays or Fridays, that you can find, that you can, you know, just go to, shake some hands. People are super friendly, and what do you do? What do you do? And there's always this openness about exchange of talent and skill. Somebody can always teach you something, and vice versa. If you've been doing your thing for a while, whether it be a couple of months, or, you know, maybe a year or a couple of years, and you can give value to someone else, there's almost a guaranteed chance that they can give you value right back. Now, the next big thing I want to go a little bit intrinsically is the reset of your brain's patterns. And I found that made a huge difference in my own life. In Toronto, I would, you know, wake up kind of late. If I stayed, I started noticing, if I stayed at home, I was living at my parents at the time, if I stayed at home, I wouldn't really be really productive. If my friends called me, I would go out and do something there, you know. Whereas coming to a new place like Chiang Mai, and I'm sure this could be attributed to other places such as, you know, somewhere in Eastern Europe, or let's say Indonesia is a big digital nomad hub, in Bali, but it has to do more with just completely resetting your environment. If nothing around you changes, change what's around you, so to speak. So coming here to Chiang Mai and changing my environment completely gave me kind of a chance to shock my system into, you know, building some new habits, and building new kind of daily processes, so to speak. So, you know, starting to wake up earlier than I did back in Toronto, and going to the gym down the street, and coming to Pun Space, although a little bit tough at the beginning. You know, the first couple of weeks, I might have, you know, missed a few gym sessions. I might have did half days instead of full days in Pun Space, and kind of rode my scooter around just checking out the city. But because it's this new environment, you're more prone to develop these new habits with a lot more ease than if you were to try to change yourself while you're back at home, where you still have your old drinking buddies, or, you know, old friends calling you out to do some fun stuff around the city, or, you know, you're so used to going to that sushi place on Bloor Street that, you know, that's where you're going to go take lunch, and then maybe that will activate you know, another kind of process by which, you know, you go down and shop around, or, you know, you go down to your friend's house that's right beside the sushi place, right? So I hope, you know, I hope I'm conveying the information that I'm trying to, but basically it's just completely resetting your processes and habits on a mental level, not just the physical one, but the physical one is for sure present as well. And those are the 5 things that I really want to talk about, but I think the biggest one that kind of encompasses it all is basically just growing or pushing, I suppose, your boundaries. So growing internally, you know, I think if we speak from caveman biological kind of reptilian brain level, we are always trying to find comfort and just settle in, and oh, I have a good job and I have a good group of friends and I don't really need to move. Therefore, your brain tells you, well, don't move, you're safe here, you're good here. He's just trying to keep you alive, so to speak, right? Your own internal dialogue is just trying to tell you, hey man, you're safe, you're good here, just like stay within the tribe, you'll be okay. Whereas if you move out to one of these digital entrepreneur hubs, not only for your business but just for your general life growth, your mental growth, I think it will do more than any university or job experience, so to speak, will ever do. And I think I'm starting to understand why so many writers talk about the power of travel, is because it pushes you outside of your comfort zone, where now you're kind of forced to you're forced to meet new people when you necessarily don't want to. It forces you to partake in activities that you don't necessarily like, or you thought you didn't like at first, but maybe turn out to be one of your favorite things to do. So if you want to take it one step beyond travel, if you're building a business and you just can't seem to get your head around, the community, you can't find the 5 average people that you want to become, they're just not around you. You want to come out here and be part of the community here. If you're thinking, man, will moving to Chiang Mai actually help me grow my business, or help me build something meaningful, or actually change my mindset. Although you might not be able to imagine it now, I guarantee you that's exactly what it'll do. So whether it be Bali or Chiang Mai or anywhere else in the world, I would highly, highly recommend for you to, even for a few months, just to test it out with the ability to always move back home, to just, get up, go somewhere else and try it out for a while. After a month, I can say that my routines, my habits, my diet, my workout plan have all improved, to the point where now I'm at a level where I've gone so far building the Shopify store within the first 2 weeks. Actually, first 2 weeks were spent just getting accustomed to the area and working on my Amazon stuff. The last 2 weeks have been spent on Shopify. I've done more work than I think I've done since I had my first sale May 2nd, period, which is like 6 to 7 months ago. So to put that into perspective, 1 month here can possibly equate up to 6 months of work back home. Don't quote me on that. Results may vary, as they say. So if you're a rugged adventurer and you're an aspiring businessman or an existing entrepreneur, I encourage you to come out here, join the community, and work side by side by us to grow your business and change your life.